Leo, welcome back in. Let's see what messages show up for you, Leo. Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, and Jupiter. What's coming your way? What do you need to remember? Leo, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, and Jupiter this week. Most important messages. What's happening with you here? First chakra, Archangel Michael. The root chakra, the basis of all. Point where it all starts, right? Your basic survival, your desires, your confidence, things that limit, that are, very close to your inner circle, it's like you to yourself, your individuality here. Everything is governed by root chakra. That's the point where your survival comes into play. Okay. At this moment, if your root chakra is over energized or under energized or somehow experiencing any sort of blockage, you're going through a phase where you're questioning things around you that might feel like a challenge to your survival. Your financial security, your emotional security, your mental health, your emotional health, your physical health. Everything overall somehow connects with the root chakra. Okay, it also points out to how secure you feel within yourself, your personality, your self-esteem, your energy, in a sense that how are you feeling within your own skin. All these questions come under the root chakra. Okay, now if this card is popping up, certainly some issues surrounding this energy is pointing out. Another message is there, if you believe in angels, Archangel Michael is connecting to you. Okay, there's Archangel Michael who wants to somehow point out that there's something that you need to be aware of. I get a vision of someone that somebody's watching you from a distance, like maybe a curtain, very red energy, very blood. Usually love is also red, but this is envy, this is defeat, this is deceit. Somebody around you is deceptive. Somebody around you is somehow wanting to attack you, if not physically, then emotionally, then at a mental level. Okay, Leo, you need to be very careful of this person. Look at that. It's no coincidence. Hostilities. Somewhere somebody is having a very negative, aggressive would be the word, approach towards the situation. And somebody behind the scenes is planning. I don't know if this person gets exposed or not, but your angels, specifically Archangel Michael, is trying to give you those signs. You might see things like you can see the word Michael somewhere and some message comes up. You can unexpectedly meet a friend whose name is Michael and suddenly they call and say something, maybe a bartender or somebody at the bar, somebody at the cafe, or a waiter, or somebody unexpected, maybe a shopkeeper. Somebody suddenly pops up, their name is Michael, and they're like, you know what, so and so. They say something, and you have to listen to that, Sometimes very unexpected messages show up, and unknowingly, they are the divine guidance. This is how universe talks to us. So something you have to remember that there's somebody around you who is not having a very healthy approach towards you, Leo. They are watching you from behind the curtain. They're watching your every move, and they don't have a healthy mindset, thought process about what you're doing in your life. Okay? Wow. This is also pointing out that you need to work over your first chakra, root chakra. This is about your confidence. This is about how you face the world. Somebody's attacks. I specifically felt psychic attack, or it's like energetic attack from somebody. This is an attack on your confidence, Leo. This is an attack by somebody on your personality, your self-esteem. Somebody wants to break you down. Maybe not a physical harm, but emotional harm. Harm at a level where you question your existence, your survival. That has to be this is, of course, I don't want to create fear, but yes, there's somebody who is not having a healthy approach, a happy approach towards you. At least being careful is something that we can help, with. You can at least be careful, and you can. Okay. Four of Pentacles, the situation surrounds somehow insecurity overall. You're not trusting. If your gut is telling you that you shouldn't be trusting somebody, you shouldn't be trusting some. So I'm sorry for my throat, okay, and my nose. Changing weather affects me hard. Four of Coins. This is pointing out to insecurities. Again, financial insecurities, emotional insecurities. Look at that. Somebody protecting the heart chakra. Conflict. Five of Wands. Somebody's bringing serious conflict in the situation. Okay, serious conflict in the situation here. Let's see. And somehow you know who I'm talking about. The Justice card is telling us that you are most probably aware of the one we're talking about, we are considering here. Because you've already weighed down, okay? You know who I'm talking about. King of Cups can be a Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio, specifically water sign you cannot trust. You know what? I'm specifically feeling a Scorpio because this energy, the deception and a sort of revenge in somebody's eyes, usually Scorpio energy. Water signs are very sensitive, very emotional, and out of emotion sometimes they can go to an extent where they can. I'm not saying that all water signs are same, of course. You might be having water in your chart as well, and I'm not saying that every water sign is going to be like that, but that depends on the chart as well. But somewhere with Scorpio, so much transformation, so much death energy is stored, and that 8th house energy is so strong that it brings in a lot of challenges surrounding emotional imbalance and everything. Number 8th house is the energy of Scorpio. I'm specifically talking about Scorpio because number 1, I'm picking up Scorpio energy here, and number 2, it can be any water sign though, but I don't know why I'm specifically feeling it's Scorpio. Okay, so 8 number, infinity. Every emotion gets multiplied. Love is intense, it's crazy. Revenge is intense, it's crazy. So every emotion gets multiplied, right? Queen of Pentacles, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn energy here. I see that this is somebody you're trying to maintain one arm's distance from. You're trying to be independent. You have, understood their energy. I do see that there have been instances where you have tried talking to them or they have tried talking to you. Or simply this is about a thought that the communication is must here. The conversation needs to happen. And if it's not happening, you're trying to maintain one arm's distance. You're trying to maintain one arm's distance here. Oh, 5 of Swords. Are you ready for a revenge here? So you're also being very careful. Look at that. You're trying to avoid conversation, but if it happens, if the confrontation happens, you're ready to face off. But you know what? You know who I'm talking about. You know who I'm talking about because I can sense that. Like 5 of Swords is defending your boundaries, choosing your battles, defending your boundaries. And when you know that somebody is here to give you a fight, you know how to deal with that. 9 of Wands, somebody is guarded already. Again, they are defending their boundaries. Irritated, protective. Look at that. 9 of Swords. There are influences on this person's mind as well. You know what? The 9s showing up for this person is pointing out to something that they're not able to complete. 9 is completion, almost completion. But there's one step remaining from reaching 10, the closure, the cycle ends. This person is not able to end a cycle. They're not able to get a closure. They're almost there. They're trying hard. It's like a fear, stress, anxiety on their head. They're having sleepless nights, maybe planning manipulation, plotting. Crazy things happening here. Knight of Cups. Whoa. King of Cups, Knight of Cups. Is it, who knows what the hidden motive is? Possibly somebody who has been in love with you, or somebody who has been toxically attached to you, obsessed with you, or somebody who's just not happy to see you be happy with somebody else. Who knows? We're going to see that. 3 of Swords. this is some connection that did not work out. For very few of you, this is some connection that did not work out, that ended in pain. There's a lot of karma that got released at that moment, and there's a lot of energy that was painful. Okay, I see a lot of pain being released when this situation was unfolding. It has given you trauma, and somewhere has affected your root chakra, survival. So much trauma that your confidence was affected, your root chakra got bruised. It darkened. The energy was affected at the root chakra. I see this person had similar impact, but they're not able to let it go. It's not easy for them to actually let it go. I'm picking up so much pain, but they don't know how to divert that pain. It's totally in your hands how you use your pain, how productive you make use. I know it's easier said than done, but it's always, if you are able to manipulate and somehow give a direction to your pain, it comes out to be something massive. Even in meditation, even in spirituality, spiritual enlightenment, when you get enlightened, when you hold on to a particular emotion for a very long time. I'm not saying holding on in a sense that you live in it or cry with it, or but you feel it for a very long time, so much so that it stops affecting you to a level that it won't affect you ever again. That's when you spiritually step up. Okay? So spiritual alignment, spiritual epiphany, spiritual ascension, I should say, happens when you're holding on to something and you're just staying in that vibration for a very long time. You're touching the boundaries. That's the point. This person is not able to deal with it. Nines are popping up for you as well, but they are more happy nines, like Nine of Pentacles and Nine of Cups. They are more satisfying nines. You might also be not at a stage where you have completely accepted the closure. You have not reached it yet, but somehow you have dealt with it in a very positive way. Okay? You've dealt with that emotion. It's like a freedom. Nine of Pentacles is more like freedom, a wish come true. You wanted to be free and you got the freedom. For this person, it was never freedom. It was entanglement, attachment, obsession. Okay? And they're still guarded. They're still holding on to that position. They're not able to release it. And it's like it's terrifying them every night. They're not able to sleep. And I don't really feel that they're going to let go of this very easily. They're watching you from a distance and they're waiting for the right time to break the silence. I do see that you also want to have a communication or a conversation with this person. But it's not easy because this person somehow is toxic. This person is not having a very healthy approach here. And the craziest part is that you know who I'm talking about, specifically with the High Priestess energy here and the Wheel of Fortune. Sometimes things come back to life or they come back to light because that's the time final closure happens. Sometimes past comebacks because that was not the right time for closure. Okay, that was not the right time to finish the business because you have to analyze, understand, and learn the lessons. And that cool off period sometimes, that gap in between is being given to you by the universe so that you can understand the lessons. And then later on, maybe weeks, months, years later, people come back in our life for real closures where you can sit like mature people and talk about it. Exchange your thoughts, exchange your views, and maybe just laugh about it. And if not, because laughing on your pain is not easy and it's not possible for everybody, of course, I understand that. At least let go of it in a very healthy way, okay? Somewhere I feel that this is the point to let go of that. And you know what, Scorpio? This person has not released the pain. They have not released it. They're still holding. And you might encounter this person. You're very guarded and you're very protective of yourself. You might feel that, okay, I'm encountering this person again. I don't know how they will react to it. but understand they have not released it. Okay, and you might here and there get some. I do see that you're ready for a face off as well, but this is intense. Scorpio, arrow, you're on the right path regarding some aspect of your life. So if you have opted for justice, you've balanced something, you have released something, and you cut the ties with somebody, you have made the right choice. Universe is trying to confirm that your justice, your decision was on the right track. Archway, new opportunities, possibilities, and paths opening up. Somewhere this person is not able to understand or accept it, but there are new possibilities coming up with their way. Somebody has been holding on to something for a very long time. Now universe is giving them a chance to open something new for them. The problem is that for that to enter that archway, they will have to let go of you. They will have to get a closure here. Okay, maybe this person is just coming back to get a closure. Who knows? Wheel of Fortune. It's just that I feel this encounter might be affecting you and this person for a moment. And my God, Three of Swords has been there. Heartache over what you no longer have. This connection has resulted in a lot of pain for both of you and a closure at this moment. I see that you are probably ready for it, or at least you have digested it. You have gulped it in, but this person has not. And closure, they're looking for closure, they're coming back for closure, but they're not ready for it. Okay, in the extended part again, your thoughts, their thoughts, your story, their story, your feelings, their feelings, your actions, their actions, whatever needs to be known, outcome clarified, and couple of advices, whatever else you need to know, why you're encountering this person at this moment and why the closure is needed at this point. Link is in the description box. If you need to know anything, I'll put everything in the description box. Thank you so much guys for watching. See you on the other side. Bye bye.